Why, hello, my lovely viewers. If you're old enough, well, if you've been subbed enough to know my old content, you'll recognize these people. If not, they're new to you. And if they are, well, I hope you enjoy.
I understand that this video is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I decided to do it anyway.
No, that's the consensus I have with my video. It's gonna hurt your feelings in particular, Jaytech, because you are a very, very fragile man. A very, very fragile man.
And because I know I'm going to hurt your feelings, I thought it would be nice to feature PC only gameplay throughout the entire video. I've captured a lot of gameplay on this laptop featured by Steam Store. You want to go click the link in the description. It will take you to my Steam account. You will see screenshots and achievements that I've gotten from different games that are accessible only through Xbox or PC. So, I'm trying to be a nice guy during this video because I'm going to piss off a lot of people, and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Now, the only thing pissing me off is the amount of misinformation, which this video isn't that long. It's only like 4 minutes long. So how can you fit a bunch of misinformation in about 4 minutes of video? I don't understand, Jaytech. I don't understand your proficiency in being wrong. Please explain it to me.
So let's get started. This is my opinions on The Last of Us Part 1, the PC port. I think it's hilarious. I just think it's funny. It reminds me of Xbox, right? Xbox fans were talking about, what is it, 12 teraflops or something like that, and
6 years later, 6 years after talking about this stuff and learning a little bit more than I did before, and I still don't know what the fuck a teraflop is. Someone who has some technical know-how, explain what the fuck a teraflop is, because I have no idea. I assume most of my viewers have no idea, because it sounds like some fanboy bullshit that means nothing.
all of these other specs on paper that were better than PlayStation 5, but once all the comparisons were done, the PS5 was outdoing the Xbox Series X, and it's happening again. I had no problems playing The Last of Us Part 1 on my $400 PS5. Not a single problem. I was able to even get to Platinum, getting every trophy in the game. It was an amazing story. It looked amazing. It felt amazing on the DualSense controller. On paper, a lot of people on PC say, well, I spent $2,000, $3,000. My PC can run circles around your console forever. And that is definitely true on paper.
Alright. I know my viewers like me talking about statistics and specs and stuff like that, so let's just talk about some. I said The Last of Us Part 1. So let's talk about The Last of Us Part 1. Now, the recommended minimum for The Last of Us Part 1 is here. You can read it. It's an AMD Ryzen 5 1500X or Intel for i7. I'm not good at pronouncing PC parts. So you can read it on screen, okay? Now, on Jaytech's channel, he says his computer that he uses, okay? And it has the full specs on it. Now, I want to make sure that he didn't get the specs wrong because I like double checking. But as you see, I did, and it's right. That's the specs. However, explain to me how you expect to run a game that takes 16 gigabytes of RAM on a 8 gigabyte machine. Please explain it to me. Now, I'm not the best at computers, but last time I checked, you need RAM to function, for your computer to function well. Last time I checked, your parts can be good, but if your RAM is bad, it's not going to be performing well. Again, I could be wrong. Somebody who knows more about PCs than me could correct me in the comments, but I'm 99.9% sure that is how it works, and you are playing on worse hardware because your PlayStation 4 has the recommended amount of RAM needed to play this game. Plus, you're probably playing on worse settings than most PCs can get. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Once you start talking about more about games being poorly optimized on PC, I'll talk about it more.
but these games are optimized to perfection on a cheaper piece of hardware, giving us a more stable performance versus, your overpowered PC.
All right, so when it comes to PS5, you have two options. You have resolution and performance. Resolution puts you at 4K 60, not 4K 60, 4K 30. Okay? You are at 4K resolution, medium graphic settings, or high, depending on who you ask. I'm going to assume medium. And you get 30 FPS. But on performance mode, you get 144 like resolution, medium graphic settings, and 60 FPS. Now, when it comes to PC, you can have high or ultra settings and get 60 FPS. Performance-wise, on paper, it is still better than the PlayStation 4 if you go by these settings. If you don't, if you go by your performance, then of course it'd be bad, because as I have already said, that your machine isn't made to play it. That's just a fact. You are not made to play it.
That they kind of don't care about. They just throw the game over there. They expect you guys to fix it because you guys fixed Elder Scrolls and you got mods and stuff working on Cyberpunk. So, you guys made a name for yourself of, you can turn garbage into gold, and that's awesome. Like, that is amazing, right? You guys have those type of skills. So don't expect developers to tailor-made their games for each and every one of the combinations of PCs that you guys have built.
They don't tailor-make it for every PC that's built, because that'd be impossible. There'd be no games. That'd be impossible. They tailor-make it for what the minimum they want it to be is, and the recommended what they want it to be is. And anything above that is already optimized because it's better. That's how they do it. That's how they always do it, and that you can't really change that. It's just how this shit works. I'm sorry to inform you, Jaytech, but that's not how optimization works.
Because no one PC is the same, right? There are different people with different budgets. There are different people with different skills. And I believe this is going to continuously happen. I don't know why anybody is using the 10 series to run The Last of Us Part 1. I'm not a PC master race enthusiast at all, but I know that's weak.
I mean, they're probably using the 10 series because the recommended minimum is the 10 series, 1050 Ti, as you can see. So it's not like it's bad to use the 10 series. The 10 series is still probably one of the more used pieces today. I don't really understand your point. The game is recommended for that probably because the PlayStation 5 is using a 10 series equivalent or something like that. I don't know what it uses. I assume it's around that range, because people talked about 10K or 4K on the 10 series a while ago. I don't know how accurate that was, because again, I dropped out of the PC console war bullshit because it was not funny, and now it's funny again because I'm bored. But yeah, this is yeah, that's all I can say is you don't know what you're talking about. Yet again, it's recommended. You can look this up. It's on Steam. You can literally see the recommended settings.
I know this laptop is weak. I know that. So, again, The Last of Us Part 1 is a remake. It was made for the PS5. To see people on PC run it at 720p to get high performance, or run it at 1080p to get high performance, defeats the whole purpose of you guys getting a remake with all the bells and whistles. I'm hoping they're going to get a good patch out for you guys, and I'm hoping the individuals that I know won't play the game find a way to play the game and post some gameplay, even though I know they won't. But it would be cool to see people that, were a part of the PC port begging community, begging for these types of games to go over to PC, actually play the game.
I've never really been a fan of you saying port beggar, because that doesn't make sense. Like, I remember you getting, trying to get a 1-over on me whenever Undertale came to PS4. I was like, yeah, good, that's cool. More people get to play it. I love that. I love that for people who wanted to play Undertale but couldn't. That's how you should feel. You should be happy that people get to play the games you enjoy. You shouldn't be upset about it. You shouldn't be like you should be upset when they fuck up a port. You should be upset when they do shit like that. You're missing the point of gaming. The point of gaming is to come together as a community and enjoy these pieces of art that people painstakingly put their time and life into. It's not it's not so you can one up people in a useless Twitter back and forth. It's so you can enjoy a medium. This is why I don't like people like this. I don't like fanboys. They care too much about the like status of being a console player or a gamer rather than enjoying the games that they say they're playing. And sure, Jaytech plays the games he plays and he gets platinums on them, sure. But instead of talking about how good the game is, he or telling people they should try it, telling people they should no, because it's PC they should play it. He calls them port beggars because they don't want to buy a $400 piece of equipment to play one game. I've done that. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I buy Nintendo products so I can play Pokemon. I know that it'd be better if it was on PC because then you just play on PC. That being said, I'm not gonna call people who ask for Nintendo to port it to PC port beggars because that's not what they are. They just want to enjoy games. That's what everybody should do. This mentality all of you people have, the fanboy community, the PlayStation Legion, the Xbox or Xbox, whatever you want to call them. All of your mentality of a gaming is toxic. I don't like it. Enjoy your games. Get others to enjoy your games. Don't sit there and cry whenever games get ported. It doesn't make sense.
Going forward, I just wanted to address the PC port begging people. I I've been in contact with you guys for numerous amounts of years, and you guys got what you wanted. You got PlayStation to put games on your platform. I know there's some of them you had to wait for a year. Some were like 5 years. I think there was one that might have been 6 or 7. But you guys got your wish. Now we're looking at a situation where people want the games day and date, and the sales from the games that went to your platform later don't really justify bringing a game day and date. There were games like Stray.
Okay, Stray. One of my most looked out for games. Whenever I see it on sale, I'm gonna snatch it up and play it because man, I love it. I love the little cat game. Anyway, uh, Stray actually broke records for that publisher. First off, it wasn't Sony. It's not a Sony game. It's on all platforms. Sony may have had an exclusive deal for it on console for a little bit, but it is a multi-platform game. So take that out of your list of games right now. Well, you are not gonna, but just do it. Second, uh, let's assume that the numbers I saw of PlayStation selling 1 million or 2 million copies. Okay, let's assume those are right. I personally don't think they are. That leaves 1.6 million unaccounted for. Now, Stray was nominated for Game of the Year the year it came out, or the Steam Game of the Year. Sorry, Steam Game of the Year whenever it came out. So, it is a safe assumption, a relatively safe assumption, that the majority of those sales came from Steam. The majority, with Xbox's sales being added later. So, PlayStation 2 million, okay? Again, I don't think it's accurate, but let's just assume it is. Then we have Steam with anywhere between 1 million to probably maybe at the lowest 700K, which is still almost half of the sales that it's made all together. So I don't think Stray is a good example of PlayStation games being treated poorly on PC. I feel like you should make a better argument than that, in my opinion.
Can abridge the spirits, and most recently you had Forspoken.
As for Kana and Forspoken, Kana it broke even in the first month and made $1 million like $1 million in income from Steam. So I think it did okay on Steam. Probably not the best, probably not the worst. As for the other one, Forspoken, the sales for that were seen poor by Square Enix as a whole. So I don't think that's a fair comparison. Also, Square Enix is a publisher that is not owned by Sony, so it is not a Sony exclusive as well. It can go to any console Square Enix wants unless contracted to stay on PlayStation for X amount of time.
That just did not sell good on PC, even though they were released day and date, counter to the PlayStation 5. So with that respect, I hope that everybody on PC understands that it's best for you to continue to wait because you've already failed numerous tests.
Now, you seem to be of the opinion that PlayStation ultimately gives a shit about whether or not PC players buy the games fast, which is inaccurate. They do not care. As long as it gets paid, or it gets paid to the point where it's worth it to keep paying Steam the money, they don't care. And it's only like $200, so there's no reason for them not to do it. Literally, they only make money from Steam. There's no other way about it. They're making the game. They know they're going to make their money back from PlayStation. Anything on Steam is an extra. No problems. And you don't even really have to port it because it's already made on a PC. You just change the file you export it in. Or however. I don't know how that works. You get the idea. It wouldn't be that difficult to change it from PlayStation to PC, since I'm pretty sure they use roughly the same stuff now, unlike PlayStation 3 where it would have been a hard time. Anyway, point is, you don't really know what you're talking about. You talk a lot, but you don't know a lot. And there's no test. These companies don't care. This console war bullshit you and others still push 6 years after my first video on you is pretty sad. I don't understand how people can be this attached to a console that they cry this much about ports.
These are also, again, tests from day and date and also games that went to your platform much later. If you're an Xbox fan and you're looking around this week and you're wondering why everybody's enjoying Final Fantasy 16 on their PlayStation 5 and they don't give a damn about Starfield, it's because we're living in the present, not in the future, okay? Nobody wants to wait until the end of this year or 2014 in order for Xbox to get some sort of a W.
Now, for starters, I'm pretty sure you get the year wrong. You're thinking you meant 2024, not 2014. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that you don't think it's 10 years ago. But if you do, why? Just why? But a big but, big but. Square Enix is known for signing these deals with Sony for a while, where it's exclusive to PlayStation. This isn't new. This has nothing to do with a test. It gives Square Enix money. That's all there is to it. These companies do not care. They want money. I don't understand why you think there's this big, like, anti-Xbox conspiracy, whatever you think is going on with PlayStation. I know you're a PlayStation guy, but still. It's just money. At the end of the day, these are capitalist countries. They have capitalist ideals, and money is the ultimate thing in these countries, and that's how it'll always be. Do I agree with it? No. I think there should be more to it than just money. But that's just how I am. Yeah, you're still just as stupid as you were 6 years ago. How do you accomplish that, Jaytech? I really want to know how you accomplish and still being just so ignorant. I don't understand. Anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, because I really want to make more, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe all down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.